Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the brand new Colourpop It's a Mood eyeshadow palette. I don't really have that many details on this palette right now because I just got this in the mail today and there wasn't like a card with a launch date or pricing or anything like that. So yeah, I'm going to be showing you guys swatches of all of the shades in this palette. I'm also going to be creating these two eye looks for you guys, so I hope you guys are all excited about today's video. If you are, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I know it's been a while since I posted a video. I haven't been like super sick. I am still sick right now, so if my mood is kind of like a little bit lower, I guess, or I don't know how to say that, than usual, that's because I am sick. I'm literally like running a fever right now, so I'm going to do my best in today's video. I hope you guys still enjoy it. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you guys close-ups and swatches of all of the shades in the palette. So this is the new Colourpop It's a Mood palette. This is one of their mega palettes, which is like the bigger palettes. So there are 30 stunning shades in this palette. I'm actually like really excited about this color story. I think this is such a fun color story. Like these blues right here look beautiful. So let's go ahead and swatch all of the shades. I think I'm going to swatch the rows like this way, like the columns, I guess is how you would actually say it. So I'm first going to start with the shade right here called Love Song. Next is Dream On. Such a pretty shade. Midnight Run. Wanna Go. And Our Deal. So there is the first row. Now I'm gonna swatch like this column. First is the shade Bonafide. I'm not sure exactly how people say that. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to tell, but it's like the same color as my skin pretty much. Reunion. That one's a little chunky almost. Everywhere. Stormy. This one is a pressed glitter, I believe. It does feel pretty creamy for a pressed glitter. And Fascination. Alright, so here is the second column of shades. Very pretty as well. Moving on to the third column. First we have Stay Close. That swatched very nicely. Crave You. Full Circle. Okay, this shade is so creamy, it actually feels like a cream. It's a Rush. And New Moon. This one is another glitter. Wow. That just like screams fall to me. Love these shades. Next we have the purple column. The first shade is Night Call. Thunder. That is such a gorgeous duochrome. Echoes. Moves. And Had to Be. So here's the purple column. It looks very pretty. I'm kind of worried about how these mattes are going to perform because purples can be tricky, but I think that these two columns are my favorites so far compared to the first two I swatched. Next we have the blue row. First up is You and I. Feels Like. Don't Deny. For Night. And Self-Control. And lastly, we have the greens. First up is Surrender. Ritual. Oblivion. Surface. And Mystified. So here are all of the blues and greens. They're actually a lot darker swatch than I thought they were going to be, so these are going to be interesting to test out on the eyes. So now that you guys have seen everything up close and you've seen swatches of all the shades, now let's go ahead and move on to the demo part of the video where I'm going to create these two eye looks for you guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my lids. I think I'm just going to do one eye at a time, since I like my base a little bit tacky and we're going to be doing it two different eye looks. So I'm just going to put this all over the lid. So I don't really have a plan of like what kind of look I want to do right now. I don't know how these are going to turn out, honestly. I'm like running a fever right now. I'm still kind of sick, so I'm just going to do my best. It's been a while since I've actually done makeup. So I'm going to take this deep berry shade right here first, and I'm just going to kind of map out the shape of my crease. I'm like super rusty with makeup right now. It's literally been, I don't even know, like weeks since I've done makeup, like actual makeup, real makeup like this. So I'm just gonna keep this kind of low. Now I'm gonna jump over into this column and take this kind of like deep orangey shade. I'm just gonna kind of mix and match shades from each of the columns, and I don't know, we're just gonna wing it. I'm just gonna try and use as many shades from each of the columns as possible. So I'm just gonna blend the shade very tightly above the first one. I'm gonna take this shade right here, and I'm just gonna do the same thing but a little higher. So I went ahead and cut my crease off camera with some concealer. It's a little bit messier than I would normally like, but we're gonna go ahead and add some shimmery shades to the lid. So I'm first gonna pick up the shade called Reunion, and I'm just gonna pop this on the inner half of the lid. Very, very pretty shade, and the metallics in this palette are really good. Now I'm gonna take the shade Full Circle. I think I'm just gonna apply this to the rest of the lid. I might add a little bit of something else, but I'm not sure yet. So now I'm just gonna kind of add the shades that I put in my crease along the lower lash line, first starting with the kind of like deep burgundy shade, and then I'll just kind of blend the lighter shades below that. So now I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm going to pop this in the inner corner. I thought this would be a fun inner corner highlight that's kind of different. It's more on the gold side than I would normally do, but it is a very pretty shade. So here is eye look number 1 complete. I am happy with how it turned out. It's your pretty like basic fall look, so you can definitely create a simple glam kind of like fall look with this palette. So now I'm gonna try and move over into like the greens and purples. I'm kind of nervous. I feel like I always try and like go all out and then it turns out kind of bad, so we're just gonna wing it. So I'm first gonna go in with this deep purple. This is what I'm gonna kind of map out my crease shape with. This shade is like really pigmented. Oh boy, I think I might have applied too much. Just gonna start kind of blending this up and out to kind of diffuse the edges. So now I'm gonna take this lighter purple. I'm not really sure my game plan here, but I think I'm just gonna start blending this out everywhere. We're gonna have to kind of mix these two shades in the middle. Since I don't really have like a medium shade, I feel like there's either like dark or light shades, which is kind of a problem for me personally with how I like to blend my eyeshadows, but I think we can make it work. There is a lot of fallout with the dark purple shade. I just kind of took some more of the deep purple, and I'm just gonna kind of blend this between the two shades. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this like super light shade right here just to kind of diffuse the edges even more. So once again, I went ahead and cut my crease off camera. Now it's time for the fun part. We're gonna be using some of these like colorful lid shades. So I think I'm gonna first go in with the shade called Thunder, and I'm just gonna start kind of blending this out from my inner corner area. I wish the shade was a little lighter. Now I'm gonna take the shade called Feels Like, because I kind of want to incorporate the blues and greens into this look, and I'm just gonna kind of put this down the center a little bit to kind of blend this shade with the next one. Then I'm going to take this metallic purple, and this is just going to go on the outer part of the lid. So now that the lid's done, we're going to add some of the blues, I think, on the lower lash line. So I think I'm going to first take this shade right here, and I'm just going to kind of press this against the lower lash line, keeping this pretty close. Now I think I'm gonna add some of this green, and we're gonna start like on the inner part, but still keeping it pretty high. To blend those out, I'm going to mix this very light shade with this shade right here. And now I'm gonna go in with this shade. I just had to do it. We're gonna pop this, ooh, in the inner corner. That is a beautiful shade. All right, you guys, so here are the two completed looks using the new It's a Mood palette. I'm actually happy with how they both turned out. I'm really excited to keep using this color story. Like, I love how you can create so many different looks, because each different column you could create like a different look. We have like your neutrals, your pinky shades, warm toned oranges, purples, blues, greens. So I'm really excited to continue using this, and I feel like I can create a lot of different looks with this palette. The only thing I wish this palette had was like a few more light matte shades just to use as like transition shades. But I can always reach for another Colourpop palette, but this one is more of like a deep palette, which I actually do guess I like, because all of my other palettes do have like a lot of like lighter shades in them. So I can always reach for one of those. But yeah, I'm really like excited about this color story. I feel like this is a beautiful color story for the fall time, and yeah, I can't wait to keep using it. Let me know what you guys think about this palette in the comments down below. I feel like it's been a while since Colourpop released a big palette like this, so I was so excited when I got this in the mail. So a huge thank you to Colourpop for sending this over. So since I just got this in the mail, I don't really have the details or anything. There wasn't like a card or anything in the PR box, so I don't know when this is launching or like the price or anything, but as soon as I know that, I'll put it in the description box below, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for that. So yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, make sure you have your notifications turned on, that way you don't miss out on any of my future videos. All you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button, and then you'll receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.